Hello, host Eric here, host of Talking with Famous People. And I am here with famous people John Sullivan and Jason Neff. And Unify is here, I think, still. And we're going to talk about satisfaction. Satisfaction, I mean contentment or feeling fully satiated, as though no longer in need of something beyond that which one already has, fulfilled, completed by something external to oneself or internal to oneself, either way. I've said a couple times on this trip, it's a turn of phrase I don't know, I just said it one time and then I became fond of it, which is you can't escape that there's a hollowness beneath the joy, which is something that I think is an ENTP experience of hollowness, that there's really never any satisfaction or contentment or any of those things that I said, that you don't really ever feel fulfilled all the way. What do you guys think about that from your perspectives?
You don't feel satisfied?
Well, what do you feel as though those words mean?
Mm, I don't know. I guess it all just comes back around to contentment for me. Like, if in general I am content, if I'm comfortable with where I am, I guess.
How do you know?
I don't feel a hollowness with elation though. Um, if How do I know if I'm content? If my day to day life is satisfying in some way, I said it before. If I'm doing work that I enjoy, if I live comfortably, eat good, or whatever else,
Okay, but it sounds to me
get to
like
go
you're
where I want to go, get
describing.
to see the things that I want to see.
It sounds to me like you're describing the circumstances in which you might feel content, but not really the experience of it itself. Now, your name said, "Can you summarize?" If you're talking to me, your name. Can I summarize what? Are you talking to me or John or Jason? Jason, do you have any thoughts on this so far? The long
The
thing I
long
read.
thing I've read. Me, him, you, what? Me. Oh,
Sit,
him. Okay.
Eric. What did I read? I don't know what I read. Anyway, Jason F has returned. Jason F, are you with us? We're talking satisfaction with John Sullivan. Satisfaction, contentment, and your name has asked me to summarize a long thing I read, but I don't know what your name is talking about, and I don't know what gender pronoun your name prefers. If your name could indicate that to me, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
So,
Uh, I
Jason,
guess for clarification, what's the
go ahead, John.
what's the hollowness that you're describing?
Hmm. It's it's a lack of something that one doesn't notice until there's nothing interesting going on.
Until is sorry again.
I think I
Going
said it's
backwards on that.
a lack of substance that one only notices when nothing interesting is going on.
Oh, okay. Uh, yeah, I'd have to say. maybe I relate with that if there's really just nothing I can do at a given point, but I wouldn't say that I feel it too much in general. Like, usually I can find something more to do, but like I just have to be in a state where I absolutely could not do anything
Right. Well, I
to
think I
have those
think
kinds of feelings.
I think John, what I'm talking about is I believe that as an ENTP, that there's a sense I have, right or wrong. Hello, Jason F. We can see you. Can we hear you as well?
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you as well. Great.
Can
So,
you
Yeah,
hear me?
yes, thank you.
Cool.
So my answer to the hollowness question, what I mean by a hollowness that you can't ever really fully escape, is that for an ENTP, I think that we see ourselves as as real through what we're doing, and when we're compelled to, you've heard people make this distinction between being focused and doing focused stuff, right? Like some people want to
yeah,
meditate and be one with the universe in this moment. Other people think that basically an approach to life that's more action focused. And I'm more of the action focused type. But for some, I think the ENTP, when they have that moment when they're by themselves and there's nothing interesting going on and they just have to sort of be with themselves, they're not quite sure where that thing is that they're supposed to be with.
no, I'd say I'm more of the action-oriented type. Like, even when I am, well, there are times when I just do rest, honestly, but I'd say more of the time I am trying to find something to do if I have the energy to do it. So
Jason, are you an
I guess I
ENTP?
feel
Do you
spontaneous in
self-identify
that
as an
sense.
ENTP,
Yeah.
Jason?
More of an ESTP.
Okay. Do you know what I'm talking
More of an
about?
ESTP.
Do you know?
Kind of. I kind of left and came back.
Okay, yeah, I know. I'm
So
talking about the
not really.
hollowness, the sense that, um,
Hollowness.
that, do you identify with this statement that there's an inescapable hollowness beneath the joy? Content, you better shut up.
Uh. Hmm. As in, like, you'll never really, I guess, accomplish all you set out to. Uh.
How easy do you find it to be
I don't
satisfied?
really know. Uh. Short term, easy. Long term, not so easy. Because I could accomplish a task and be satisfied for the day, but obviously I'm not going to be satisfied for a year. I would say just because of that accomplishment. I would say it's really progress oriented.
So it's
I could
interesting.
say
You
that.
self-identify as an ESTP, huh? What what do you? How would you
hmm
describe the distinction between ESTP and ENTP?
Uh, I don't really know. I've looked into it a little bit, but I got like typed as the ESTP, so and I kind of just read up on that a little bit, and I don't know. It kind of identified with me, so it kind of picked that. I didn't really do much research on an ENTP type
Did
as
you
much.
did you get typed by somebody here? I'm talking with famous people.
Yeah.
Was it Zachary?
I'm Lorenz Walker's friend.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, it was you.
Oh, it was me. Did I not have video of you? I did not, or did I not?
Not really. It was just Lorenz's like microphone.
Oh, okay, cool. That's why I don't recognize you, I
It was
guess.
Lorenz.
So
Yeah.
I'm interested in this issue of contentment because it ties in, of course, with the question of purpose. Do you think, Jason Neff, that people have a purpose?
Uh, I think purpose is self-identified. You find your purpose. There's no given real purpose,
So you have to
I
make
would
your own
say.
purpose? You make your own?
Basically.
If you make your own purpose,
And I think when you don't find your purpose, really detrimental to yourself. You can't find one,
okay, so do you think it's important,
I
the
would say.
distinction between finding a purpose and making a purpose?
Hmm. I would say they're almost equal statements, but I guess making a purpose would be a more entrepreneur type look at like outlook on it,
Okay.
trying to make your way.
So for some people,
Uh,
an existing model
I
might
think
provide their purpose.
yeah, they already find their purpose within the world. They don't have to really make their way. But I guess that's and still in a way making it. But
John, what do you think?
I don't know, different wording.
What do you think about purpose?
Purpose?
Yeah.
Hmm. In terms of what? Like
In
finding
term,
purpose, or
well, in terms of contentment and satisfaction, right? I mean, don't those things link together inextricably? Like you have
hmm.
to know the purpose of something in order to know whether you're satisfied by it or whether that purpose has been fulfilled. I guess.
Well, I guess if I were to personally relate it, I know there's some purpose that I do with my work. That if I didn't know that it was there, I probably wouldn't be able to do it or wouldn't be as satisfied. So I think that it does necessitate that you have some purpose in what you do with your life, what you do with your time, in order to have satisfaction.
I see this conversation right here as an example of the different kind of intuition on the one hand between me and John. Like INTJs, as I come to think John is, they don't necessarily see the purpose and point of a bunch of parsing of words. They see it as kind of arbitrary. Would you say that's possibly true, John?
Parsing
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 words, like
words, like
making a bunch of
finding
distinctions.
meanings,
Well,
multiple meanings,
yeah.
or
Well, I'm saying like this question right here. Is it a big difference between this phrase and that phrase? What does one entail? What does the other entail? When I've talked to Megabro in the past, who's an INTJ, he's indicated that those sort of things can seem unnecessarily, like making unnecessarily small distinctions for no good reason. That don't really change the big picture.
so like that. There's no point to making a distinction, like oh, I say something one way, I say it another, but essentially I'm saying the same thing. Like there's no difference between the statements. What they're saying is what they're saying, right?
Or that if there is a difference, it doesn't affect the big picture. It just affects maybe that one claim or that one little component of it, but it doesn't have any impact in the larger scheme of things.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I guess sometimes that affects me personally. Just like I've had times where like I'll sort of construe things in my head. Uh, that something might be an attack upon myself. I try not to do that anymore. But if it's just in terms of like rhetoric, making an argument or making a point, I don't really care. I sort of just leave that at the door. I just more care about what people are saying versus how they're saying it.
Jason Neff as an SE Dom, splitting hairs, right? Your name says splitting hairs. Um, your name, you've decided to split rabbits, which is great, instead of these kind of hairs. But anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what NI tends to see that as is splitting hairs, and NE tends to see it as significant. Jason F as
Oh,
F
I see the point now. Okay.
and SE, I think, would see it as sort of pointless, like more like in the splitting hairs department. Do you are as the model suggests, Jason F, that you're very action focused. Do you see yourself as action focused?
Yeah, over planning, I would say.
Are you
I like
impulsive?
to just go out and do stuff. Not really, not really caring about really the consequences. I identify with the statement that it's you can ask for forgiveness, or it's easier to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission. So,
I identify with that a lot too.
Uh, I guess there's a bit of a conundrum that might relate to this that I've been having. Like, I had in the studies that I'm doing, my professor is like he's very adamant about like a certain like conference published dates that we're trying to strive for, which I mean aren't totally impossible, but like I can sort of plan ahead and see like this is probably isn't going to happen, so I don't see a purpose to trying to break my back to get some work done. It's going to be poor and of lower quality if I can just try and publish to some other conference that has a later submission date. So I guess he's coming more from like the immediate action oriented thinking. He's more just focused on like a very particular immediate goal, whereas I'm trying to make something of quality, trying to my studies and science, all of my engineering is correct, versus just having it there and getting in. Maybe something happens.
Well, I think that there is definitely a distinction in general work approach between individuals who would rather get more stuff done that's less perfected, or people would rather get fewer things done that are more perfected, or big. And it's not necessarily perfection level, but also scope of projects. Like I'd rather get a lot of little things done than one big thing usually.
Yeah.
How about you, Jason?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's
Jason?
like what are you asking?
I'm asking. What am I asking? John, do you remember what I was asking? What did I ask, John? Do you
I
remember?
think it was related to what I was.
Nobody knows.
Maybe something about planning. I don't know.
Hi, hi.
Move on to the next
Was
thing.
it? Hold
Let's
on.
see. Unify.
Nobody
You said
remembers.
to skip a lot of details. That's what he said.
Yeah, do you skip a lot of details?
Not really, but I find that I could do quality stuff very quickly.
So, do you like
I'm not
lots of
very
more? Yeah. Thank you. Your name. More projects or more perfect, fewer projects? More smaller projects, fewer bigger projects. Which do you prefer?
more projects. I like more projects. I can usually start a project within like a night, get it done, and then start a new one. I don't really like to work on one. Kind of boring. Perfection is kind of not really what I'm striving for.
What kind of projects do you like to work on?
Yeah. I mean,
Art, like drawing and stuff. I have a drawing right here.
I want to see it.
It's pretty cool.
I bet you it is.
All right. It's because I was okay. Let's see. Can you see it?
That's
neat.
that's fantastic.
Is this fan art?
Is that
No,
me?
I was just
Is that a picture of
It
me?
says fan art.
Did you make that?
Yeah.
John, I do not like that term fan, okay? So please don't say that word, but that's me. That's amazing. That's incredible. I can't believe you drew that picture of me. That,
How's Derek? You finally have fan art. Congratulations.
John, will you not say that word? I don't like the word fan. I find it, that's great, dude. Wow. Can you
I
send
was
me a
just
JPEG or something of that?
sure. I'll have to take a better picture of it.
Okay. I mean, fucking wow, dude. That's an incredible picture.
Make that the
Thanks.
channel background.
Unify.
I like
Why,
it.
I never. Dude, thank you for drawing that
There's
picture of me. That's very awesome. I can't believe how good it is too. You're a really good artist. So mostly you do visual arts or what?
Yeah, mostly. I do a little bit of music.
I'm just reading the chat. Sorry.
That totally makes sense for you being an SE. I think that you would be good at visual arts because I'm not good at them. My pictures. I like to draw pictures too, but my pictures are all objectively pretty bad. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's fine because I don't. It's supposed to be. I'm comfortable with my. I feel free with making pictures because I don't expect them to be good. You know, I don't care if they're good or not.
See, like this is more of my stuff. It's kind of weird. Let's see if it can.
That's good, dude.
That's neat. Yeah.
That's super good.
Yeah, that's just what I do.
Um,
It's pretty fun.
Jason Neff, I have some kids poems that I was hoping to find somebody to draw a couple pictures for maybe and collaborate and do something like that. So if I'll maybe share with you some links later on, okay? See if you
That'd be
like the
cool.
idea. Yeah, I don't know if you feel like it. I never want to put any pressure on anybody to collaborate or anything, but when I see somebody who's got mad talent like that, I think, what do I have
Yeah.
in the works that person who has ability to do something I cannot do, we could collaborate with? So anyway, I'll follow up with you later on that. The point being,
Yeah.
um, that's very surprising. So anyway, so do you how often do you draw pictures? Do you think in general? How often do you do projects like that?
Probably that'll take me like an hour or something.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
pretty quick.
it's not like it's because I know like the how to draw. Like it's weird. Like I know like the basics, so I can just like bust the basics out real quick and then draw it out with a pen. It's really easy. It's like
Uh,
because I draw so much.
so you draw. You
Uh,
have a lot of pictures. Then you're saying you've got all kinds of work done.
here, here's one I drew like within like an hour because I started doing BMX, so then I started drawing this. Like it's a guy and he's like bailing on a bike.
Yeah,
It's
that's
weird.
that's really quite impressive.
It's falling on his face.
Do you sell those or what?
I wanted to. I can like because I live in Denver, so a whole bunch of artists and like hippie people live here who smoke weed and stuff.
You should sell them on
So
Etsy. Sell them on
yeah,
Etsy,
that
dude. Hey, you should be part of my, my big idea, right, for selling my pictures. It's called I haven't put it together yet because I'm fucking lazy and I don't want to take pictures of my pictures. It seems like a hassle. But anyway, good enough pictures that I could use for selling them. My idea is they're going to be called Host Eric's $1,000 pictures, and the premise is not that they're good pictures. That's why you should buy them, but that someday, if talking with famous people becomes more successful, that by virtue of fame, that they'll become more valuable than $1,000. So you're gambling on talking with famous people. That's the premise of the idea. But you have actually good pictures. So
yeah.
I'd be more than happy to include your pictures in my Etsy store if you want. I'll give you all the money that if somebody buys them. You should start, but you should put them up for $1,000 a piece. It seems a perfectly reasonable amount of money to ask to me. Other people say Other people say, Eric, that's ridiculous. But I say, no, that's how much they're worth. $1,000 a piece. Your pictures are
Yeah.
actually worth $1,000. So that's what you should sell them for. So, yeah,
Oh, that'll be cool.
that's my thoughts on that.
Capitalism with host Eric.
Mm-hmm. You guys watch. I will sell one of my pictures for $1,000 before I die.
That'll
Okay.
be awesome.
What are we talking about besides $1,000 pictures? What was the topic? I don't even remember what the topic was. Satisfaction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fulfillment? So, Jason, if you were to live a success, if life were to go as you hope, would it involve you making money off of art or what?
That would be cool, but I don't really want to make art within like a graphic design kind of standpoint. I'm not really into that. I can like work with stuff on the computer, but I don't really like just doing logos and like
But
layouts and stuff. So I'd rather
that's not art. I'm saying you want to make money doing art, not make money doing graphic
I don't
design.
yeah, that'd be cool if I could just directly sell my art at like galleries and stuff. I think that'd be super sick.
Okay, well, that is something that Unify. That's crazy talk. Why are you talking
Yeah.
crazy talk? That is absolutely insane. He's getting all kinds of shit done. So am I.
Only laws can stop this.
Laws can't stop
Welcome to Talking with Libertarians. Host Eric here.
Yeah, laws schmoz.
Laws schmoz.
Okay, well, anybody else have anything to say about generally feeling? See, my notion of, I think that the thing I'm experiencing in general, and the thing that I reference, and I'm interested in talking about this hollowness beneath the joy, is probably an ENTP thing, and maybe an INTP thing as well, but probably mostly an ENTP thing. So anyway, regardless of the original topic, that was a good sidetrack. We found something very interesting about Jason Neff. And thanks for watching Talking with Famous People.